Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hello. It is your girl, Jamie Drew, and this is the Girlfriend Experience Classroom. You already know, follow me at the Girlfriend Experience LLC on all social media. And you can find me at thegirlfriendexperience.org. The title of tonight's show is How to Get Lucky, How to Become a Success Magnet. You guys know, hello, hi Andre. You guys know I take my notes before I come in here. I get ready and I'm pumped, ready to give you guys some information. So make sure you share this video with somebody who you feel like needs to get lucky, needs to have some success in their lives, okay? Let me tell you guys something so funny. Before I get started, I could not find my phone like about an hour ago. So of course, I have this Google Mini Home thing and, I get to ask it, hey, find my phone or whatever. And I had like a softer voice on, I had been on some phone calls and everything. I had my Jamie Work on the Go voice on. Listen, y'all, Google told me we do not recognize your voice, so we will not be locating your phone. I had to put my at-home voice on, y'all. I had to say, where's my phone? Instead of saying, where's my phone? They were like, we do not recognize your voice. I was like, where's my phone, Google? Y'all, Google was telling on me, okay? But listen, I've experienced success. I've experienced a ton of luck, and I'm coming on here today to share with you how you can become a success magnet too. It is really a lot easier than you think, okay? But there are some things that you really need to do to bring that luck to you, okay? Because you have to realize that you are an active part of that luck, okay? You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure I see my comments here. You're an active part of your own luck, right? So there are some things that you have to do in order to get lucky, to become a success magnet. And I promise you, these techniques, these guidelines that I'm going to give you, they are foolproof, okay? So I'm just telling you what I know, okay? This is one of those things where like, you ever talk to your mother or your grandmother, somebody wiser than you, and they tell you to do something and you just don't listen and you're like, oh, whatever. And then a year or two later, it comes back to bite you and you're like, I should have listened to that person. This is one of those times, okay? So that's why I'm saying I'm just telling you what I know. Take it or leave it with the information, but I'm telling you, if you put these things into place, you're gonna be a success magnet. You are going to be so lucky. So welcome back to my subscribers. And if you're watching me and you're not subscribed, then you know you're wrong, okay? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are watching this on YouTube. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, then head on over to YouTube, look for the Girlfriend Experience LLC, and hit that button. All right, so let's get right into it because I've been, bumping my gums long enough without giving y'all some good information, okay? Because you're here for the juice, right? Okay, so the number one thing I wrote down is, okay, Andre, you speaking it. Listen, are you in my notes? Get out of my notes, Andre. I'm a money magnet. Okay, I'm with you, Andre. All right, so one of the things I wrote down was to know your craft, okay? Like I said, you have to be an active participant in your own luck, in your own success, okay? So you have to know your craft and really know that thing that you love, that thing that you want to be a part of, and really, really get to know it and be in tune with it, because part of getting lucky is preparing to receive the luck that you're gonna get, right? So what you're gonna do when that luck comes up on you, baby, you better be ready. Okay, I'm telling you, you don't want to be scrambling around at the last minute trying to figure things out when the boom, success hits you. Okay, so start preparing now. Act as if, okay? Act as if you know you're gonna get that thing. If you knew you were gonna get that thing, what would you be doing? What would you be lining yourself up to do? That's right, you would be knowing your craft. You would be becoming an expert. So if you are expecting people to give their money to you, because that's what we're talking about, right? We're not talking about hitting the lottery, although some of these things that I say could apply to winning the lottery, okay? But we are talking about everyday out here success, being luck, finding things just, I'm telling you, money coming off of trees, money growing on trees, literally, okay? So know your craft. Get yourself together and know exactly what it is that you're gonna sell to the people and be the number one expert at it. So let's dig in a little bit and talk about how to get to know your craft, okay? One way to get to know your craft that I absolutely love, okay, is the immersion method, okay? So if you don't know, sorry you guys, I'm getting adjusted in my seat because I got to get ready to give you all this powerful information. If you don't know what immersion means, just look it up. If you don't feel like Googling it right now, go and do it later, but it's basically to be surrounded by, absorbed in the life, the information, or whatever it is. Surround yourself by that information. For instance, I am a painter. What do? I immerse myself in the lifestyle, okay? I watch other people painting, other videos. I connect myself with other artists, okay? I look at other people's work. I look at what other people have to say, other articles about painting. You know, I look up what other people have to say about public speaking, about making videos for people. I immerse myself in the content, okay? I'm surrounded by it. You know how if you want to learn a foreign language and you just can't learn it until you go over to that particular country where they're speaking that language and you're surrounded by it? Okay, then you learn it 10 times faster because you just can't help but it being in your zone all the time, okay? So if you want to be a money magnet, a success magnet, if you want luck to come to you like that, then you have to surround yourself with that thing. Surround yourself with the knowledge of the information that you're going to be selling to the people. Okay, what you want to be around. That is the immersion method. Being surrounded by it, being all soaked up in it is going to bring that success right on in, because in essence, you're going to be telling the higher power what you want. You're going to be putting in your order because you're going to be surrounding yourself with what you want to hear. Okay, so that's the immersion method. You have got to know your craft. You have got to be ready. Okay, so comment below, let me know if you've heard of the term immersion. Okay, some of you may know about immersion methods. Tell me something about it that you know. I know, for instance, when I was living in Baltimore, there was a school that I enrolled my son in, and it was a language immersion school. So they had Spanish, they had Mandarin Chinese, and they had one other language. Was it French? No, it was something else. But there were like 3 languages that you could choose from, okay? And they learned all of their subjects in that particular language, and they would stay in that school from like kindergarten or whatever on up to 8th grade. So they were immersed in that culture, in that life, in that language. So they were surrounded by it. Say if you're learning Chinese, but the teacher may be, speaking, if you're learning math, but the teacher's speaking Chinese, you're automatically going to learn it because your every thought is surrounded by it. Okay, so I hope you caught that example. But immerse yourself in the thing, and you will get lucky just like that. Okay, I'm serious. Let's talk about the next method, the hypnosis method. Okay, now for some of you, you're like, yes, right on target. That is my thing. And some of you are like, oh, Jamie, okay, you're getting a little bit kooky here. Okay, actually, I'm not. Hear me out. First of all, anything that's repeated over and over and over to you is going to hypnotize you, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Repeating things, repetition. That's the way you're going to learn things. So in essence, you are hypnotizing yourself. So have you ever learned things through music because it's in your head, it has a tune to it, or you hear a song and you hear it so much, you didn't like it at first, then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're singing it in the shower. Okay, well, that is a form of hypnosis, okay? You ever be having leave the TV on and then having a dream about that thing that's on the TV, and you wake up and that thing got soaked into your brain. Okay, so everything that is being absorbed into your brain, that information is going to come out into your world. Okay, so if you want a thing, surround yourself by it, hypnotize yourself with it, and make sure that it's repeated. One thing that you need to learn about your brain is that it's constantly looking for matches, okay? Your brain is looking for, oh, I've seen that before. Your brain is constantly playing a match game. Oh, let me connect with that. I've seen that before. Oh, that's the color red because I saw that before. That's the color blue. I saw that before over there and she called it blue. Your brain is looking for connections constantly, webbing, looking for connections. So if you start to put in your brain those things that you want, those things that you desire, surround yourself with them, immerse yourself with them like I was talking about, you will be hypnotized into getting that thing, okay? So put on a certain type of music. Okay, for instance, when I know I want to stimulate my brain power, I like to listen to jazz. For me, jazz is black classical, okay? Give me a like if y'all agree with that, okay? Jazz is black classical. That's how I feel about it. And so when I want my brain to be stimulated, I listen to some black classical, i.e. jazz, okay? So those rhythms repeating in my mind are going to stimulate my brain. But not only that, because I am doing that action repetitively every time that I want to focus, my mind knows to connect that feeling, that brainwave, that mindset with that music. So it's like, oh, Jamie wants to focus now because she always puts this music on when she wants to focus. Boom, connections made, and you're getting there. You are becoming a success magnet, okay? And listen, if you want to be hypnotized by yourself, record yourself saying something over and over again. Hey, I'm a success magnet. I'm getting money. Listen, make a rap to it, make a song to it, record it, whatever you got to do, and then stick it in your ears. Go to sleep to it, jog to it. When you're doing those mindless things like driving, say you're driving to a location where you go all the time, you're kind of on autopilot, right? So when your mind is in autopilot mode, that is the best time to insert some information, okay? Because it's going to be absorbed into your subconscious mind because you're just not even focusing on it, okay? You are so busy with your eyes on the road that you won't even notice this information coming in. So if it's the positive information that you're looking for, boom, you are going to magnetize that thing to you. Listen, like I said in the beginning, I'm just telling you what I know, okay? I can't make this up. It's worked for me. It's worked for countless other folks. You need to get in the groove if you want to have money come to you, success come to you, luck come to you, love come to you, okay? You need to get into the vibration of that thing. And that's basically what I'm telling you to do, to make yourself a match for that thing. That's exactly what I'm saying, okay? Here's another thing you need to know when becoming a success magnet. Begin with the end in mind. You got to know what you want. You have to know exactly what you want, and don't focus on the how, okay? Because a lot of you make that mistake. A lot of us make that mistake. I'm going to include myself in the bunch. A lot of us make that mistake of focusing on how you're going to get there, or developing the methods, or spending so much time worrying about how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that, instead of focusing on the end. How are you going to feel when you get to where you want to be? What does that thing look like that you want? What does that thing feel like that you want? How does it feel in your body? How does it feel in your mind to be successful, to be free, to be loved, to be happy? What would you be doing? What would you be wearing? What would you be saying? Okay? How would you be feeling? Get into that world, okay? So if you begin with the end in mind, you are reverse engineering. Listen, I'm telling you, the best thing you could do for yourself is to look up reverse, engineering. This is where you begin with the end in mind, okay? And you even may reward yourself for that thing that you've already received in the future, okay? Knowing that it is going to come. Now that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it will have your brain saying, oh wait, she rewarded herself. That must mean she got the success. Okay, let me make it true in her mind. Your brain only knows what you tell it. Okay? I'm just telling you what I know. Somebody share this video, okay, with your tribe, okay? Share this video with a friend, a family member. Share this video on your page so that you can bring value to somebody else, okay? It's not all about us, one person. It's about the family, everybody getting this information. I'm telling you, reverse engineering is the way to go. Begin with the end in mind. It's so important to know what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like when you get there, and to start planning for that thing. I know my family and I, there's like this running thing with us where we're like, we know one day we're going to hit the lottery, okay? It's a thing. And I won't go into all the details, but pretty much it's kind of like a feeling. And so what we do periodically is we plan for hitting that jackpot. Yes. So we talk about what we're going to buy, what we're going to do, what we're going to wear, where we're going to go on vacation, where we're going to live. You know, we talk about it in full detail, and we actually get excited about it. Okay? This is mental reverse engineering, because you're telling your brain, oh, I have plans already for this thing. So come on and bring it to me, okay? What you ever heard the old folks say, or even, anybody say, when you go and look for something, you will find it? Okay, this is what your brain is doing, trying to find connections with things. So when you start planning and acting as if you have this thing and reverse engineering, okay, if you were going to reward yourself with a cake or something, or with a dinner out, or, pampering yourself as a reward for accomplishing a thing, try pampering yourself first and see what that brings you. Just try it. Sounds kooky, but I'm just telling you what I know. Just try pampering yourself, doing that thing first, and see, don't that success come a little bit faster? Because in your mind, you've already rewarded yourself. Your brain has already obligated you to that thing, because it's like, oh, she's already rewarded herself. Well, I have to make it come true. Okay? Reverse engineering. Do that thing and then come back and comment and let me know how it worked out for you, because I know it works. Okay? Let's move along to the next thing. The feeling method. This is another method of getting you to be lucky, getting you to be a success magnet, okay? Get in the feeling of the thing. How would it feel to be successful? Okay? Get yourself pumped up. Look at yourself in the mirror. Get happy. Do whatever you have to do. Catch the spirit, okay? Whatever Never. You have to catch the vibration of that thing. That's why I say catch the spirit. Get in the spirit of that thing. How would you feel? Bring your emotions in and connect your emotions. Have an emotional bond with that thing that you want. And I promise you, you will become a success magnet. You will magnetize that thing to you because your feelings are involved. Okay? You ever start reminiscing about something and it made you cry? Well, you produce those tears from a mental thought, something that you aren't even currently going through. Have you ever thought about that you can do that with your mind, that your mind has the power to get your emotions so stirred that your body physically reacts? It's the same thing with success, baby. Okay? Get your feelings involved and you will win every single time. I promise you. Get excited for having that thing and knowing that it's coming, and it will magnetize its way to you. Okay? You know how people pray and they get real involved in their prayer and they get so intense? Your intensity creates a vibration of receiving. Yes, it does. It amps up the power, okay? So stop making fun of those people that get very passionate and very intense about the thing that they do. Them getting pumped up and getting their feelings in it magnetize that thing to them and make them a vibrational partner match for that thing. I'm just telling you what I know. Share this video with somebody who you feel like can get something from it, who can gain something from this, okay? Who feels like this is of value to them, because I'm telling you, these things work. Another way to get lucky and to become a success magnet is to never be doing nothing. Yes, I said it, never be doing nothing. I know that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean when I say never be doing nothing. You need to always have a project bubbling in the background. You need to always be working toward something. You need to always have a goal that you're striving toward. You have to get, this is what successful people do. You have to get in the mode of a successful person. What would a successful person be doing? You have to do that thing right now. You have to become that thing. You can't sit around like a bump on a log and think that you are going to gain that success and be lucky. That luck is going to come to you as a result of these actions that you take. Okay? So never be doing nothing. Always be doing something. Always have a project in mind. Always have a goal in mind. Always have something bubbling in the background. Okay? You have to always, now I'm not saying don't take breaks. You can take breaks, but a break don't last a year. Okay? Okay? You get what I'm saying? Get on up. Okay? Never be doing nothing. Let's move along. Because I know I don't have to drill that too much for y'all, because if you watching me, you know you want to be a success magnet. You're ready to make something better out of your life. You're ready to be amazing, and you would never sit around and do nothing, right? So I don't have to drill that in too much. Talk to everyone, okay? That's another way to get lucky, to become a success magnet. Okay, I got 3 P's here for you, okay? It pays to be a people person. Say that with me, y'all. Comment below. It pays to be a people person, okay? It really pays to be a people person. You never know who you're going to be sitting across from. You never know who you're going to be talking to. You never know what that person does for a living, who that person knows, who that person can connect you to if they are not your ideal connection. So engage with everyone. Be nice to everyone. Be cordial to everyone. And like I was talking about in my last video, okay, when I talked about multiple streams of income, I said a closed mouth don't get fed. I said being modest will keep you broke. So this is a part of being lucky and being that success magnet. Is it pays to be a people person, and it literally pays you money to be a people person, to engage with people. Okay? That's what networking is all about. See, people are hung up on purposeful networking and going to a networking event. You don't have to go to a networking event where everybody is there to network and everybody is there to do business. No, network as a way of life. Communicate with people. Talk to people. When you're sitting across from somebody, say hello. Make a joke with somebody. You never know what conversation could come out of that, okay? If you are looking to gain money, and I'm talking about financial freedom, then you will understand the value of random conversation with strangers, okay? Yes, that's what I'm asking you to do, is to have random conversations with strangers. You never know what conversation can kick up from that. So do not be afraid to use your social skills. And if you don't have any social skills, then baby, you need to be working on them, okay? Because that's gonna put that much more money in your pocket, okay? Maybe I shouldn't say that much more money, that much more money in your pocket, okay? Another thing you need to think about is you need to watch your language, all right? Now, I'm not talking about cursing, you guys. What I'm talking about is negative speak. It comes out of your mouth and it goes into your ears, okay? You're hearing this information that you're saying, okay? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. I cannot say that loud enough. Life and death is in the power of your tongue, sweetheart. Yes, it is. If you say it, it is so. So you have got to watch your language and start speaking positivity over yourself and over your life and start finding the silver lining in things. That's one of my other points. Find the silver lining in things. Make lemonade out of lemons. If a negative situation happens to you, hey, and I had to learn to do this myself, you have to turn it around and find the silver lining in it and say, hey, what can I take away from this that is positive? What can I take away from this that is a lesson? And when you talk about that thing and when you speak about that thing, always be able to put a positive spin on it. Okay? Don't say that you can't do something or you'll never have something or you'll always be broke. Okay? Don't say that. And this is another thing. Ooh, it just came to me. I have to tell you guys this. Stop wishing that your bills were cheaper. Stop wishing you had less bills. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I remembered to tell you guys this. It is your downfall to wish and hope and pray for cheaper bills and less bills. When you do that, you are putting it out to the universe that you want everything to be cheaper. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I want more bills. I'm praying for more bills. I'm hoping to have more expenses. You know why? Because I'm hoping to have larger things and larger projects going on in my life. Okay, because I'm planning for millions, honey. So if you want to stay broke, then keep on going with that broke language. But if you want to elevate in life and move on and up to the next level, okay, and you want to upgrade yourself, then you have to have your language upgraded. Okay? You have to speak positivity over everything that you do. Okay? Stop wishing for less bills. Wish for more bills. Say, ooh, thank you so much for these bills. I'm so thankful that I can afford it. I can't wait till I can afford more bills. I can't wait till I can afford larger projects. Ooh, my rent, my mortgage. I'm so thankful that I'm able to pay this amount. Ooh, thank you for these, this property tax that I had to pay. Thank you so much. I can't wait till I have to pay even more property tax, baby, because the value of my property is so high. I can't wait. I can't wait to have bigger bills. Yes. Give me more bills, universe. Give me bigger bills, universe, that I can handle. Thank you. That's what you need to be wishing for right there. That's that reverse engineering that I'm talking about. I'm telling you, flip your brain, flip your mindset. Okay? I'm just telling you what I know. Somebody share this video with somebody who can find value in this, please. Don't be selfish. Share this video with somebody else, okay? Listen, let's talk a little bit more about life and death being in the power of your tongue. I have an example for you. There was a class where the students in the class took 2 apples. And you can do this experiment yourself, or you can look up experiments similar to this on YouTube or any scholarly articles or anything else like that. The students took 1 apple or fruit or whatever it was, and they talked trash to it. You ain't nothing, apple. You ain't nothing but an apple. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going to be nothing. I hate you, apple. You ain't nothing, apple. Get out of my life, apple. Okay? That's what they did. And to the other apple, they were like, oh, apple, you are my baby. I love you so much. Yes, I do. You are amazing. You are one. Look at your color. Look at you looking so red. You're a beautiful apple. You are wonderful. You guys, guess what happened? Guess which apple deteriorated and started rotting first? I can't make this up, y'all. I'm just telling you what I know. The apple that they spoke negatively to started rotting first. Look this up. Don't take my word for it. Look these things up. Look up speaking into the water and the crystals it forms as it's frozen when you speak positively to it. I'm telling you, everything in life is an energy. Everything in life is a vibration. If you talk to your plants, same thing. It's the same thing with your children. You speak to your children, oh, you know, and positive encouragement, and you ain't this, you ain't that. They're going to rot just as fast as that apple. Okay? So please watch your language when you want to be lucky and you want to bring success and power over your life. Okay? I already talked about finding the silver lining. You have to be in the right mindset, folks, to receive this thing that you want. Okay? Another note that I wrote, press forward. Press forward. Strategize, grow, and learn. Even if you're in hermit mode right now, okay? A lot of you are quarantining right now. You are in hermit mode. You are to yourself. This isn't the time to lay back. This is the time to strategize, grow, learn, okay? Connect with family members that you don't normally do. Let me tell you something. When you think of a butterfly, okay? First it's a caterpillar, it goes into that cocoon, then it comes out and it's a butterfly. You know, it doesn't go into the cocoon and then come out still a caterpillar. It comes out a butterfly. So when you go into your cocoon, that's your time to be growing and learning, so that when that cocoon starts splitting open, you can spread your wings and fly. Okay? So remember that when you're cocooning, you need to be cocooning on a mission. Okay? Never be doing nothing. Like I said before, always be doing something. Now listen, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. You have been so faithful to me, sticking with me. I want to say one more thing to you. Okay? This is my final statement, and I am going to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Okay, I got one more thing to talk about. Check me out on thegirlfriendexperience.org, where you can get personal one-on-one coaching with me, intuitive coaching with me, where I use tarot as well. And also you can buy my original one-of-a-kind paintings artwork there as well. The last thing that I have to say to you all is, you bring luck with the seeds that you plant. Getting lucky starts with you. Okay? Now I know if some of you clicked, you may not have thought that this was what I was going to talk about tonight, because you think, boom, here's how to make it in a blink of an eye. And yes, you can make these things happen in the blink of an eye, but you got to put in a little work. You got to get in the vibration of luck. You have to be an active participant in your luck. Okay? So that's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Girlfriend Experience Classroom. Check me out on thegirlfriendexperience.org. Share this video, like this video, leave me some comments below. Let me know some things that you want to talk about, that you want me to discuss. You know, some of you are a little shy, so go ahead and email me at info@thegirlfriendexperience.org. You can always send me a private message as well. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, okay? Whatever it is that you want to go over. Share this, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace and blessings. Take care, guys.